Rama Rama Puppoda. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a peaceful life, relaxed, and happy always. Now, let's go to chapter 14, part 3. From the maze of illusion into the maze of God. Ramdas paid a visit to a sannyasi ashram where he was kindly received by the resident sannyasis. At their request, he spoke a few words on God realization, which he always held forth as the only purpose of life. Again, he had an occasion to call on the Jain sadhus in their chief ashram in Limbdi. The great Mahatma Mahavira is the founder of Jainism. His teachings in many respects resemble those of Gautama Buddha. The creed of non-violence is observed by the Jains in an extreme form. The Jain sadhus have a semicircular stripe of cloth covering their lips, placed in a position by a thin ribbons fastened round the nether part of the head. The contrivance is to prevent flies and insects from entering the mouth and meeting with destruction. They also carry a soft duster for sweeping the floor before sitting on it, lest they might kill the vermin that may happen to be on it. For similar reasons, they would drink only well-filtered water and never eat by lamplight. They finish their evening meal before sunset. They look upon Mahavira as an incarnation of God. Mahavira holds absolute purity of life and non-violence as the way, and liberation and peace as the goal. On spending a delightful half hour with the sadhus in this ashram, Ramdas was next taken to another Jain ashram where nearly 200 Jain ladies had congregated to listen to a discourse from him. He was simply blessed with the sight of the kind mothers. He sat on a raised dais and spoke for about 3/4 of an hour at a stretch upon purity, love, and peace. He was all through filled with an inexpressible rapture. Two prominent and charitable Jain merchants, Ugachand Sheth and Mohan Bai, who had conceived a great love for him, had arranged for the visits to the Jain ashrams, and they also entertained Ramdas in their own residences. During one of his visits to the palace, Raja Ram took Ramdas to his puja room where he saw a number of framed silver images of incarnations of God and also picture of saints. Raja Ram was a devotee of Sri Krishna. He was past 60 but possessed a strong, tall and stout physical frame. His life was controlled by strict discipline. He would rise at 3 o'clock every morning and spend the hours till daybreak in worship and meditation. Once he pressed him to accept a present of a costly silk shawl, but Ramdas had to decline the offer, reminding him that the shawl was intended for princes and not for fakirs. Ramdas was wearing only one piece of khadi cloth. The time was winter. The cold was bitter, and the chill breezes were blowing. He was indifferent to the rigors of the season, but the motherly heart of the English lady ached for him. She persuaded Raja Ram to give him some plain, warm clothing. In fact, Ramdas was content with the simple cloth he had. However, though Raja Ram's and the mother's repeated pressure, he agreed to exchange his khadi cloth for a plain woolen one. The old Kadar piece was shared between them, the fans being prized as mementos. Still, the mother was not satisfied. Next day, she wanted Ramdas to be dressed in a long woolen gown. In the short time, the gown was ready. It was a heavy thing made of thick tweed on which Raja Ram had set a high value. Ramdas put it on once in their presence and executed a caper or two, at which they had a merry laugh. There was the first and last occasion he used the gown. In the small room on the third floor, Ramdas remained at nights. Kantilal and Maganlal kept company. Maganlal possessed a keen sense of humor. He could perfectly imitate the mannerisms of the visitors who came to see Ramdas. He would make Ramdas laugh by his mimicry. Once he wittily remarked, "Swamiji, I have been attentively listening to your teachings, but I could not make head or tail of them. It would all seem to me to be only a leap from the Maya Gotala into the Brahma Gotala, that is, from the maze of illusion into the maze of God." Of the visitors that came to see Ramdas from outside the Limbdi state, there were two, Dr. Sukla, a Brahmin, and Chunibai, a Jain. They hailed from Wadwan, another Indian state. They expressed a desire to have him with them in their state for some days. He accepted the invitation and proceeded to Wadwan. He had also a letter and a money order from Kashirambai of Surat. He had met Ramdas during his visit to Junagad. Now he had settled down in Surat. He asked Ramdas to go over to him for a few days on finishing the tours in Kathiawar. That's all, folks. Let's see in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Popodu.